Good afternoon, everyone from beautiful Waikiki. Thanks for joining. We'll wait for just a few more people to get in before we really start here. Hello, Sandy, Angela, Yvez. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It is a beautiful fall day in Waikiki. It's fantastic here under the shade, but over there in the sun, it's a little bit toasty, but that's the trade-off. We're actually starting to get into rainy season a little bit, so there'll be a lot more in the next couple streams. You'll start seeing some things that are going to be a lot more green, like Diamond Head. It's a little brown still, but it'll be bright green about another 30 days, 45 days. Hello, Wade, Marianne, Neil. Glad you guys could join us. This is going to be kind of a redo of the really good stream we had otherwise, other than the horrible audio mistake I made last time, which I assure you will not happen this time. We may have other mistakes, but we won't have the same mistakes. We're going to go not down the same route. We'll go kind of down that same route, but we got a lot of comments, about 20 comments after our last stream about some of the places that people wanted to see more of and less of on, from what we did on the last stream. And so that's what we're going to do on this stream. We're going to start, we're on Kapahulu, and I'll give you a little bit more bearings in just a second. We're going to start right here at Kapahulu. We're going to go down Kalakaua, and we're going to go down about probably 4 or 5 blocks, and we'll dip into a couple of hotels that we didn't dip into last time. The goal of last stream and really this stream is to show you more of the economy class hotels, and this time we're going to actually be able to give you some rates because we did a little research to give you some rates. But then we're going to show you a couple people really wanted to see the bar decks of Marriott and Twin Fin, so we'll show those to you today as well. All right, so let's get started. It's about 4 months. Rainy season is about 4 months. It almost coincides with the whale season, and actually they started seeing some whales already on Maui, and yesterday I heard off of Diamond Head there were some whales. So we're going to actually do a live stream from over there one day in 2 weeks and just lock on the surf out there and see if we can't see some whales go by. All right, let's get started. Let's talk about, you guys know I'm really big on bearings because I want you to kind of know where we are and which direction we're going in. Whether you're never been here before or if you're a veteran visitor, it will help you if you're looking at a map and planning your trip. And so we'll show you just how close all these hotels we're talking about and landmarks we're talking about are to where we're starting. Okay, we're starting right here at the Honolulu Zoo, which is right there. Okay, this is Kalakaua Avenue right here. This is the main street that runs all the way north and south. Not perfectly north and south, but it runs north and south, perpendicular to Waikiki Beach, which is right there. All the major hotels are that way. There are 2 hotels that are that way, and we've talked about those before. Right down through there is the Barefoot Beach Cafe, which I'm a big fan of. We've talked about quite a few times. There are the volleyball courts, and right here on this end street here, Kapahulu is a street that runs perpendicular to Kalakaua, and this is the road you would take to go to more shopping, localized restaurants, and to catch the freeway if you're going to be going on the around the island tour, going that way or that way, going the south way or going up towards the north way. Okay, these 3 hotels right in here, there's the Queen Kapiolani, the Waikiki Grand, and a favorite of ours, the Park Shore. Okay, and one of the viewers last time was asking about some of the rates and availabilities and things like that, and we wanted to get a little bit more information about the rates. So just so you understand, just as an example, we did a sample reservation for November. I'm sorry, January, mid-January, not right after the 1st because that's when it's expensive. But 2 weeks after the 1st, I don't recall the dates, but it's for a 7-day stay. And just as an example, the Queen Kapiolani, which is right down there on the end, they are home to the Deck, pretty infamous bar up there at the top. They were 227 per night. The Waikiki Grand was $154, and the Park Shore was about $179, $189. Now again, those are just standard rates. Those are not penthouse double suites with kitchens and what have you, but that just gives you an example of the range. Okay. Oh, Park Shore is having a discount. Fantastic. I'm happy you let me know that. The general manager there is a good friend of mine. He's just a really good local hotelier. He's been in the business forever down here. So I like to give him as much business as possible. Plus, it's a great location. All three of these hotels are great locations here. Each of these are right here. But my preference would be Park Shore just because of the views that you get off this deck going this way and the other way. All right, so if we don't have any showstopper questions or any issues with the audio or issues with the video, then let's get this sucker started. No? Okay, here we go. So we're going to do a little bit more beach this time than we did last time, but not a lot more because we've done so many streams of the beach. But I wanted to just kind of show you, man, the water looks so nice today. So I wanted to kind of show it to you. So we'll go out here on what we call the Waikiki Surfers Wall. They call it the Waikiki Wall. They call it Waikiki Beach Wall. It's this wall right here. That's what we're talking about. How many of you been on this wall before during your stay? Wade, if you don't mind, just let me know because I can see your name really well and I recognize your name. Just let me know if there's any audio or video issues on your side. If you see anything pop up, if you don't mind. It's nice and bright today, but man, that water is just super clear. Yesterday it was just a perfect temperature. Just one this wall here will be much busier later in the afternoon. I'll be good to you. Do it here tonight. Okay, so let me just give you kind of bearings from here as well. That last concrete fixture right there is the War Memorial. The saltwater swimming pool was built right before or right around World War I as a memorial to the people who fought. Right there where those umbrellas are is Barefoot Beach Cafe. There's another walkway out there. That's not a walkway like this one. It's just a straight concrete walkway. There's where you get. There's several surfer schools right over there. If you want to get surfing lessons, there's also some surfing lessons right over here. And I know many of you know this already. That's the Waikiki Beachcomber back there. Sheridan Waikiki, the Halakalani, Royal Hawaiian, Moana Surf Rider, Hyatt, Circa Hotel, Alohi Alani, Twin Fin, and Marriott Waikiki. Oh, yeah, Hyatt right there. It said. There's the park shore. That's just to give you kind of a bearing on kind of where we are. We're going to go along Kalakaua. We're going to go in a couple of the resorts and go up to the couple of decks. I'm not sure if the people who asked us to do that on our last stream are on this stream, but hopefully they are, because this is for them. They wanted to see what a couple of the deck bars look like, in particular Tiki's and the Waikiki, because I had actually made a comment about the Marriott being one of the better of the decks, in my opinion. It's moderately busy. It's not super, super busy, but it's there are some people out here today. I missed the guy jumping, I think. Sorry about that. Okay. Had to just do an adjustment. Hello, Shasta. Shasta must get a commission for every time she mentions Sky Bar, because she mentions it all the time, and she is going to force me to do a live stream from there. So we're going to do a live stream from Sky Bar very soon. But she is right. It has a fantastic view up there. It's been years since I've been up there, but we're going to go back through and give it a shot. Okay, this is the Twin Fin right here, and that's Tiki's up above, and that's where we're going to go and check out their deck and let you see what it looks like from there. You can enter through the hotel, or you can enter here through the steps. We can take the elevator up or the stairs. What do you guys think? What do you think we'll take? Always the stairs. Always the stairs. Never take the elevator or escalator if you have to. They have a pretty nice pool here too. We've actually spent some time up here when this was the Aston, but they've since then did a complete remodel. But they have the cabanas, nice pool area. Let's go over here and check it out real quick. Obviously, the best spots are going to be this very corner over here. Have some live music happening today, it looks like. So here's your view from there. Yeah, it's not an Aston, I think for over a year now. And this is your view both directions here. Gerard earning some points there. That's the statement of the year right there. Always take the stairs. Always, always, always. And so this is the actual view back at the bar here. And they have a sports TV there. It's a or a TV for sports, what have you. This is the view from back this way. You guys can vote too. You guys can vote on which one you like the best. This is Tiki's. Now let's go to Marriott. Tiki's also is a restaurant too, by the way. I didn't want to imply it's only a bar. It is a restaurant also. You'd be surprised how much change I have in my pocket today. Who won that last time? Was that Wade or Gerard who won that? I don't recall, but I had 2 cents and I think he guessed 1 cent. I know going up and down these stairs and these little side areas is boring for you guys, but it's necessary to get from point A to point B, so I appreciate you understanding. This is the Marriott, and they have a number of stores down here. Nail salon. They have one of those rip-off skincare places, but they also have a nice shave spot here. Islander or Island, what's it called? Island Vintage. I don't think it's related to the Island Vintage coffee chain, but they do look a little similar inside. How many of you have stayed at the Marriott Waikiki Beach? You're still waiting. I bet you're not. Check it, Gerard. Here's the back sign of their Aloha sign. Check while we're on this live stream, Gerard, if you would, because you shouldn't be. This is actually a recommended spa. I like that place. Their pool area and just about everything else here compared to Tiki's is a little bit elevated in my estimation, meaning it's a little bit better quality. But you guys decide. You tell me what you think. So this is a view, and I'll show you the couple perspectives. So if you're sitting at this table, this is where you'd see. You can see all the way back. That's the water wall we were on a moment ago. And again, obviously, this is Kalakaua Avenue. And I want to show you another. This is one of the reasons why I think this is a little bit nicer of an option for sunset Mai Tais, that type of thing. You see, they have this really cool type fire pit. Of course, this one's facing away, but they have one, I think they have two. Yeah, they have two fire pits here. See, that have lounge seating there. And here's the view you have. At sunset, the sun will set exactly right there. So you're not going to see an unobstructed view of the sunset from here, but it's still beautiful. I've actually seen it here a couple times. We actually have a video of it on our Facebook page. But this is the Marriott Waikiki Beach Resort. Back through there is where they have their luau. I don't know the name of their luau, but I hear it has some pretty good marks, but it's very small back in there. And there's a bar area over there. One thing you'll notice here at the Waikiki, they don't have a proper bar area outside, but they have Queen's Break inside there. And the cabanas on either side. So you can rent a cabana if you like, play here with your kids. And I believe, yeah, and they have all types of games over there. They have cornhole and all that type of thing over there. All right, so of those two, which do you like the best? Do you like Kiki's or Marriott better? Let me let you guys look at that for a second. Oh, you're going to stump me on that. St. Augustine's by the Sea. Yeah, you're right. We're going to do a stream about that place because it's just historically, it's amazing. I mean, you just see this beautiful church sitting in the middle of Waikiki, but you don't realize the history until you start doing some reading on it, which I've done just, pretty recently. And it's pretty spectacular. Here are the stores, kind of the retail. This back here is the area for the back tower, this tower here, the elevators for this tower. And back in through there's their reception area. They have DK's Steakhouse in this hotel. And to me, it's an unsung favorite because it is just really, really good. It just doesn't get compared to, Wolfgang's and some of the other steak places in Waikiki. Wayfinder is, are you the one who asked about it last week on our last stream? Wayfinder is one street closer than Nahua, so it's about 4 streets that way and 2 streets that way. It's right on the corner, right on the Alawai. It's a nice hotel. It's pretty new. So this is the Marriott here that we just came out of, obviously. So you see they have the there's the break or the restaurant right up there, the bar right up there. Their entrance is down here. They have a Starbucks, a nice Italian restaurant. They actually have 2 Starbucks here. They have the OMG, Oahu Mexican Grill. I've eaten there once. It was memorable. It was worth, I'd go back, I lived a long time in Mexico and spent a lot of time there. So and in San Diego. So it's kind of tough to impress me with Mexican food, but anything else is fair game. I thought they did a pretty fine job. It's worth a try for sure. It's definitely worth a try. Does anybody know the name of the popular restaurant coming up on our right? I'm good. Ta-da! You got it. Yeah, Tom, you're dead on about Steak Shack. Yeah, we're gonna stay off the beach today. That part of the beach we went on the water wall is about all we're gonna do. We're gonna cut it in here at the Alohi. Alohi is a really nice hotel. It's actually a former client also. This Marimoto Asia restaurant they have here is really, really good right there. Cheeseburger in Paradise is on my bad list. I tried them twice in like 2 weeks, and it was the exact same problems each time. I mean, it was just, I mean, I'm a pretty fair review giver, I think. I give everybody, at least 2 or 3 chances. But man, and Cheeseburger in Paradise used to be a favorite of mine, but man, the last 2 times it was horrible. I mean, I rarely would send something back, and I was like seconds away from sending it back. I didn't finish it, and the person who was with me didn't finish theirs either. To the degree that we should have actually got rates for the Waikiki resort, but we didn't. We'll do that. We'll do that next time. Some of you may remember the fish aquarium. The fish aquarium they still have inside there, inside the lobby. I cannot think of the name of the restaurant that they have there. Yeah, Shasta and I both agree the best burger is Bonsai Burger by the Kuhio food court. Let's hear some of your best breakfast recommendations. We're coming right up on Kuhio right now. For me, if it's in Waikiki, it's 2 places, Eggs and Things, and I particularly like the Saratoga location, which is down closer towards Hilton Hawaiian Village, just because it's the same food, but it's a lot less busy than the one on Kalakaua by Circle Hotel, or the Liliha Bakery on the 3rd floor of International Marketplace. It is fantastic. If you're outside, man, Cocoa Head Cafe is tough to beat, but if you go there on the weekend, look for about a 45-minute wait or so, but it's worth it. Shasta, what do you think is the best, some of the best breakfast in Waikiki? Hula Grill is fantastic as well. These are not exclusively, but these are vacation ownership units, not all exclusively. So now this is about the part of Kuhio that I really like to show, simply because it's not often traveled, unless you've been here. And if you have been here only a few days, you don't have enough time to stop by and see it, or appreciate what's going on. Let me Let me cross the street here. This little food truck or food tent compound is really kind of cool. They have a coffee place back here. I would definitely recommend this Angry Shrimp, which is right here on the yellow. It's fantastic as well. I've not tried the poke or these other two places here, but if being busy is any indication, they're pretty good. Last weekend we went to this right here, the Blue Ocean. If you remember, if you want me to walk over there and show you some of those photos of the food, I can, but just I'll show you going inside of it. It's really good food, but it's not typical what I would call food truck food. I mean, it's like legit plates of food, ribs, pork chops, whole fish, uh, just really, really good food. Have any of you been to Blue Ocean? Goofy's is good as well. If you're going to, we talked about this a number of times too. So if you've heard me repeat this, then, ignore it. This is a decent, locally owned rental place right here for cars. I wouldn't give it a full endorsement, so don't don't think I'm giving it an endorsement. I'll talk about that in a second. But I've rented from them two different times. In my estimation, it was done really, really well. The car was clean. I think it may have been that gray Jeep that I rented. Rates were way lower than Enterprise, Budget, Hertz, all of those, and it's locally owned and it's a local pickup. If I were going to do any recommendation on any car rental place, as you guys know, if you've been on any of the streams, it's 808 Smart Car. They just have the best rates, best service, really good location, and they're locally owned, but they're not just the small smart cars. They have from those little tiny smart cars all the way up to full size, and their rates are fantastic. Easy to understand on their website. It's 808smartcar.com. We don't get any ad rates or discounts from them. I just love their product. Really good restaurant right there. If you've been here to Hawaii before, that's an old school mainstay, and I heard no complaints ever about it. It's highs. It's very unassuming. We walked past the Hilton, of course, back there. We were one block past it, but the Hilton, they had rates of 216 for that same criteria that I gave you before, where we got reservations, or we looked up reservations and rates for the second week in January for 7 days. That was the rate for the Hilton, and I actually like the Hilton. They have that restaurant that we're always recommending, Mac 24/7 Diner. Mac 24/7 Diner is worth going, even if you don't stay at that hotel. And it's actually, I really wish we would have seen it or stopped there, but it's right there at that signal, right back there, right on the other corner. Right where we cross the street, that's where it was. This is the Monarch right here. We have a number of members who just swear by staying at this place, the Pacific Monarch. Yeah. This place here is mostly apartments, but I believe the top floor up there, or one of these floors, they have several vacation ownership places. It's a really good location. I wouldn't, for the rates, I wouldn't stay there. Bamboo is the other. That's also, I believe it's apartments and vacation ownership, but I know for sure they have rentals in there as well, long-term rentals. If you get on Airbnb, as we've said a number of times, this building here is really popular for Airbnbs. So if you happen to look on the map, because they don't tell you exactly where you're going to stay, but they give you the vicinity. If your vicinity on your map is Kuhio, and right around this area, that's likely, this building here is likely where your vacation ownership is going to be. Okay. Yeah, those mac. They have massive pancakes, and they're tasty. They're not just a novelty. They're very, very good. Right straight down there, that's Alawai. And again, we're on Kuhio. How many people remember King's Landing? We talk about that every time we come down this location. I think it may get boring to some of you guys, but how many people remember King's Landing? We didn't get the rates for Ohana East, but that would be what we would call the economy class hotels. Since we're kind of in this area, Moana Surf Rider is like right there. Since we're in this area, and we're right in the crux of the hotels we were talking about, because the Hilton is right there, the Ohia is right down there, Moana Surf Rider is right there, Sheridan Waikiki is right through there. I'll just tell you some of the rates for that same time of year, the second week in January, for a 7-day stay. The Marriott where we just were was $296. $296 a night. The Moana Surf Rider was $307. The Hyatt is $269. The Outrigger Reef, which is down there towards the Steak Shack, and it has Monkey Pod in it. That was $265. The Sheridan Waikiki, which is right here, was $404. So that just gives you kind of an example, I mean, of the range of prices. So I don't know if those were too fast for you, but if you need them again, I can tell you. That's King's Landing now. They tore it down. They still haven't. It just kind of bothers the hell out of me that they tore it down and they just kind of stopped progress on it. If you want me to repeat those rates, I can. Let me know what you guys think of those rates and which property would you choose if you had to, or if you had the opportunity to stay here for 7 days in January. The Marriott Waikiki, I'll just tell you again, is $296. Moana Surf Rider is $305. Hyatt is $269. Outrigger is $265. Sheridan Waikiki is $404. The Hilton Kuhio, which we're coming up on right up here, is $210. And the Twin Fin is $186 per night. I was actually surprised, to be quite honest with you. Anybody know what's coming up here on the right-hand side? I just love this place. I should ask them to give me a commission every time I mention them, because I mention them on every stream. We went in, it's a Waikiki market. That's what I'm talking about. I just love that place. A friend who was visiting out of town came by and we went in there, and she had actually said, "Why haven't we come here these last 3 nights?" Because it's a boutique market. They have major grocery store quality food, dry goods, but they also have a restaurant with 5 different or I should say 5 different cooking stations for plate lunch, sushi, rice bowls. It's just amazing. I think they just did everything right. They also have Olili, which is their full service restaurant, which is up towards the top and to the right. But they also have something else that's really nice. I want to show you just from here. If you can't really see it, but right up there on that second deck, they have an open air seating area, so you can go and get one of your plate lunches there. It's up in that area right there. Come down to this area here and eat, and it's just a good experience. It's better than just buying going to like a regular restaurant. It's just really good. You guys don't want to go in again, do you? You guys want to go in again? I'll go. If not, we'll carry on. That's the new Target. Supposed to be open in December. Never going to happen. International Marketplace is right down there. I'm with you, Gerard. So I'm in there all the time, probably 4 days a week. This Waikiki market, if you're going to stay here, oh, I didn't show you the bar very well. This bar here is pretty happening. They have live music right over here every night. Yeah, let's carry on. We've been in there probably 4 different times on 4 different streams. You guys get the idea. If you're here for more than 5 days and you want to cook dinner or just grab a quick bite to eat, that's the place to go into. It's closer than Sheridan, and you could just walk there. Anywhere in Waikiki, you can walk there. It's a pretty easy do. You don't have to worry about parking your car or valet or Uber or anything like that. This is the Hilton Garden Inn. This is the valet entrance right there. And this is the other registration entrance right over here. This is the restaurant. I believe it was 213 or 216. I was quite surprised because the rates are a lot closer. Other than the Sheridan Waikiki at 404, the rates were pretty reasonable. I mean, they're pretty close. I mean, if you have the ability to stay at the Moana Surf Rider for almost the cost of the Marriott Waikiki, I think there's a $30 difference. You guys can check my math. I'm not sure. I don't remember the rate now. That's a no-brainer to me. There's the International Marketplace. Does Shasta do tour guides? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. She'd probably be way, way, way expensive. This is obviously the, here, let me get over here. There's the International Marketplace, the Kuhio food hall. They actually have 2 food halls here side by side. One right here and Duke's Marketplace, which is right down there. We're gonna walk right past it. This is a little bit smaller. They have a bar. I think that, no, they do. They have 2 bars inside here. I don't know how they fit that in, but they have 2 bars in here. They have pizza. I think they have sushi. They also have this tequila and tacos. And they have the best burger in Waikiki right there, Bonsai Burger and ABC Store. This is the world's most expensive donut shop, located here in Waikiki. Very good, but it will leave you no money to pay Shasta to be a tour guide. Here's a number of small local shops: ice cream shop, shave ice shop, manicure shop. Kono's, this is very popular for breakfast. For breakfast, we go in there, get their breakfast burritos. A little pricey, to be honest, but they're very good. This here is like a very popular staple here in Waikiki, Marigame Udon. This place has a very short line right now, but it will, later on in the day, it will go down past that guy in the green shirt and go around the corner, and it will stay that way for a couple, 3 hours. Here's the hack for this place. You can wait in line, or you can come right here, download their app right there, and do pickup, and you get it in 7 minutes. And then you can take it to the beach and eat it, or there's tables over here on the other side. But that's what I would do. But it's Marigame Udon, exceptional. This is the Lalo Hotel. We didn't get the rates for them. It's a nice hotel. It's on Kuhio, but it's very nice. They do have some city view and ocean view units up there. Their second floor up there is a very, very nice bar. It's very lively every night, and they have very good music. They just, for some reason, I know I mention it each time, but they have some way of getting really good music talent there, and it's free. You just go up there and sit in the bar and have a drink. Paella Fish Restaurant, very, very good. Highly recommended. And this is the ohia. I gave you the price on the ohia for that stay that we were talking about. Let me tell you what it is again, because I need to look again. It's $133. So this is $133. The rooms are not really up to date, but they come with a kitchen. So that may mean something to you. It's obviously more of the economy class, but you know, you're a block off of Waikiki, and it's $133 a night. Ohia is pet friendly. There's a number of pet friendly hotels around here, to be quite honest. Okay. This is the Duke's Lane food market. Very good. They have a nice bar here, a basalt restaurant inside there. They also do plate lunches right when you go inside. They have poke. They also have fresh donuts and a full ABC store. This is actually owned by ABC. They have a full ABC store inside there. Not as big as the super ABC stores that we're used to, or that we like, that we've done on our streams a couple of times, but those are, it'll have almost everything you want. They just don't have a full service deli in the AC because they don't need it. They have the, you know, the other stores, eateries inside there. They have a very nice bar. This is Nordstrom Rack. That's the Enterprise. If you rent from Enterprise, that's one of the pickup locations. The other one is down at the Marriott. Ice Monster, that's a shave ice place, and there's the Starbucks Reserve that is open only, are open at 4 a.m. One of two Starbucks that are open up at 4 o'clock. The other Starbucks is exactly where we started our stream today, at right across the street from Honolulu Zoo. I normally wouldn't want to show you this, but I'm going to show you anyway because it's a horrible, ugly, dirty, nasty, stinky, bad, dilapidated building that needs to be taken care of. We talked about this last time, and because I only mentioned it last time, I'll go ahead and say it again. This was actually used to be a really lively corner, but there was a shooting here in 2016, I believe it was. And it forced the owners to shut it down due to loss of business. But ABC Stores bought it around 2018, and the problem is the recession or market crash, real estate crash, put a kink in things, and they held off on doing anything with it. But then the pandemic started happening, and it put a kibosh on that again. But what I understand, they are now revisiting, rejuvenating those plans. They couldn't do it any sooner, in my estimation. That's Aloha Steakhouse. Pretty good. I would call it, I know it may sound derogatory, it's not meant that way, but that's a decent touristy type steakhouse. Excuse me. There's several others that I would choose before Aloha Steakhouse, but it's right there. It's right on Seaside and Kuhio. Let me point something out here as well. Right down here, this is Seaside. That 808 smart car I was telling you about is located right there where those people are walking, about right there on the right-hand side. So they have a very centralized location. That's the Alawai right there in front of us, where you see those cars driving past. That's the canal waterway. And if you happen to see that mountain right back there, right between the brown mountain and the green mountain is Manoa Falls. Right in that direction, just to the left a little bit, that's Manoa Falls. Okay. And then if you're coming here for any length of time, or if you forget something in your bags, or in your luggage, there's a Ross right there. Ross is a lifesaver for a lot of people, and it's a very, very busy location. A lot of you'll see a lot of tourists coming there and just wipe them out with suitcases, and they'll buy all the Hawaiiana style clothing. And if you go in that Ross, it leans very Hawaii. So there's Hawaii clothing and knickknacks and what have you. Straight down here also is the Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center and Kalakaua. That's the main drag right straight through there. Okay. So I've not been looking at the chat. I've been kind of dodging this gentleman to the back left of me here. Now I can catch on the chat for just a second here. Oh, Mary, that's too bad about your knee. Hopefully it gets better. Hopefully you can reschedule it. There was a gentleman who asked about the Wayfarer Hotel, and we actually passed it. I meant to take you down there, so I apologize. We're too far past it to go there now. But we'll do it next time. If you're on the stream and you remind me, we'll walk by it next time. Just down 2 or 3 blocks, 2 lights and to the left. Okay. So right here is where we start getting into a number of the more economy class hotels right through here. And if there's any of these hotels that you want to go into, we can. There's nothing really to see, to be honest with you, because they're more of the economy class. So the lobbies are going to be, not very memorable. They're not built out. They're not anything spectacular to see. But I just would like for you to see their locations in proximity to one another and how far away they are from the main street, which is Kalakaua. And actually, one of the main reasons for this stream, or one of the main goals, is obviously just to show you what's going on and what's happening. But mainly the proximity to how close you are to things, because we started on Kapahulu, which is the furthest street down in Waikiki, right by the zoo, if you were joining from the very beginning of the stream. And I wanted you to see that while on Kuhio, Kapahulu and Kuhio, there aren't any hotels right in there, but if you go up to Kapahulu, Kalakaua, that's where the Marriott Iolani, the Marriott, the Twin Fin, the Alohilani are, and then you come in over on Kuhio, and now you start seeing kind of a consistent row of hotels, and they're really not that far, but from the main strip or from the beach. And if you just kind of took note of the rates that I rattled off, I know I said them pretty quickly, and you probably didn't remember them or write them down, but if you look at the proximity of the hotels on Kuhio to Kalakaua, for the rate that you're paying, to me, it almost makes sense. And I know every dollar counts. I'm not trying to disparage someone who may be on a budget, and every dollar does count. But the difference to me between a $256 rate at a hotel and $313 or whatever it was at Moana Surfrider, it's not even a contest for me. So that's just my opinion. Take it for what it is. So there's the McDonald's, a nail place, a nice little late night market. This is a very popular ice cream shop. I don't really remember the name of it, but I can buy it all the time. But I want to walk down there because I want to show you. Now is where we get in these little side streets of places that I really like that show, some of the restaurants that you may not otherwise go to. This is a very good Hawaii restaurant we mentioned last time. Nice outdoor seating at night, but it's a very nice place to, and I should remember their name, but I'm going to show it to you. But it's very nice, very good, and it's priced pretty reasonably as well. That's the name of it. Talo. Here's the Malia. We didn't get the rates for Malia, but they're going to be the same as the Embassy and the Holiday Inn right down the street here, which we're going to go look at. You know, that's something that I failed to grab. I did not get the. She sent me all the rates for the hotels, but there was a list of about 25, and for some reason, the Hilton Hawaiian Village was at the bottom. But you can go on to Expedia, go to like the second week of January, figure out 7 days out, or put in 7 days, and that's the range that we got all these other prices from. So you'll see. But I'll bet it's around 410, 385, 410, somewhere along that line. This is a place that has motorcycle rentals, some scooter rentals, but that's that ice cream place I was telling you about. This is like a, it's fairly new. It's called Aloha Melt. It's like they do like grilled cheese, but they also put pastrami and other things on there too. So they're really, really pretty good. Now, I just want to show you these restaurants. I'm not saying that they're super high end, but they're almost all of these are recommended. They're pretty tasty, to be honest with you. These fish tacos, this fish plate, they have poke, they have ahi tuna, very good. This Little Italy, I used to really like that place. It's gone downhill and it's actually closed down now. And we're just going to walk down to the end of this street just so you can see a little bit of Kalakaua, but also so that we can turn this way and come back up that street. You can see the restaurants on the other side, okay? I just want you to see some of these side street restaurants and bars, because they get overlooked a lot of times, but they're very worthy of your time. This restaurant and bar right here is very, very lively. I can't think of the name of it. Is it? It's not Tiki's. It's gosh, I cannot think of the name of it. That's awful. But Shasta, you may know the name of this restaurant right here. But they have live music, and man, they really put it on. It's not like Moana Surf Rider live music. It's like rock and roll, like live music. They do some really, it gets kind of raucous in there, but it's just a great time. Just a great time. It's right there. And we're on Royal Hawaiian, by the way. This is the Royal Hawaiian Avenue going this way. That's Kuhio, and we're going to continue that way towards Hilton Hawaiian Village, and this is Kalakaua. I have not eaten at any of these places right here, but they're very busy all the time. This right here is the Waikiki trolley. Do you remember we talked about the using Waikiki trolley as a mode of transportation? Let's look back at this real quick while I talk to you. That's the Waikiki trolley. They have, this is a pink line, obviously, it says, but they do routes. They have 5 or 6 different routes. They're all color-coded, and they go from all the way down from Diamond Head to downtown Honolulu. And it's $55 for a one-day pass per person, but you get a second day free if that second day is the consecutive day. And the reason I point that out and giving you all that way too much information, this is what's important. The counterpart to the Waikiki trolley is the Hi Bus, H-I bus, not to be confused with the bus, which is the municipal bus. But Hi Bus is $35 a day, and they don't give you that second day. Other than that, their rates for a one-day pass, 4-day pass, I'm sorry, 4-day pass and a 7-day pass are exactly the same. But they operate like a hop-on, hop-off bus, if you're familiar with that with any other major destination city. There's the duty-free shop, and it is massive. I'll just let you take a look in the from the door here. Check that out. It goes way, way, way back in the back. They have clothes and makeup and, you know, all kinds of sunglasses and accessories. But what I was saying about the hop-on, hop-off bus is that they have, I think, 50 drop-off places or 30 drop-off places, and they pick up and drop off there every 15 minutes. So if they'll drop you off in downtown Honolulu, You can go to Chinatown, go get something to eat. Every 20 minutes they have a new trolley come by. You just jump on it, and it's a part of the daily pass, and you could take a ride all the way back to Waikiki. So it's a good. I mean, if you're going to be here for 5 days, to me, it just makes sense to get a 4-day pass. It just does. And the 4-day pass, I believe, is $55 or $65, and the 7-day pass is $75. Don't hold me to that, but that's in that range. The bottom line is you're going to spend more than that in 1 day just on the insurance and valet for a rental car. And then on top of that, Shasta can attest to this. Once you get your rental car, parking it is a whole different ballgame. Parking it here in Waikiki, forget about it. Parking it outside in Honolulu in the major shopping areas, that's a little bit different, but still you have the hassle. So just kind of weigh that in your transportation decision making. Okay, so we're on Kalakaua again to give you kind of a bearings. The Sheraton Waikiki is right there. Royal Hawaiian is right past this signal right here. Right down this street is the Waikiki Beach Walk right there. Halakalani is at the very end of this street. Very nice high-end restaurant or hotel right down there. Very fantastic restaurant, house without a key and bar. This is the PF Chang's right here. And along this street is the Wyndham Vacation Ownership, the Embassy Suites, the Imperial Hotel, and the Embassy is right there. It's kind of there on the right-hand side. On that right-hand side down at the bottom is Roy's, Ruth's Chris, Yard House, and along in that area right in there are shops, galleries, poke shops. There's an ABC store there. And this is the Hilton's Vacation Ownership, more of an in-town location for them. And you access it right there. So you just get a sense of where we are, okay? And this is Lewers, Lewers, Lewers Street. And we're just gonna zig down this street again, just again to show you some of the side bars and restaurants. Gerard, were you the one that was telling that mentioned earlier? I'm just going to stop for a second. Did you mention earlier that you got a discount, or there's a 25% discount on Park Shore? Was that you saying that? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mary. I know a lot of times it's too much information, but if you just pick up on a little bit of it, because we go over this area a little bit, maybe you'll retain it. But it just gives you a sense, if you've been here before, it kind of brings back memories maybe, or maybe shows you some of the things that have changed since you've been here. And then if you've never been here, maybe it gives you some ideas on places that you want to see, or maybe that you want to, maybe avoid. This is actually something important to point out too. We did this on the last stream, and actually a lady who was on the stream was actually here in town watching the live stream, and she had a medical issue, a minor medical issue the next day, and she sent us a message saying that this information saved her a bunch of money. So let me just point out, you see that right over there? That's the Long's Drug. It used to be CVS. So if you remember CVS here in Waikiki years ago, that's it, same one. That's in the Hawaii Bank building. They're open 24 hours a day, which is very important to notice. No, but they also have it's a full service pharmacy. So they have all over the counter drugs, off the shelf drugs, but they also fill all prescriptions there 24/7. So if you have an issue, that's where to go. Right up here are two little, I'm not a big bar guy, but this is kind of a cool locals bar, Kelly O'Reilly's. It really is kind of, if you want to hang out with locals and talk trash, that's one of the places. This is a very good barbecue restaurant right here. Very, very good barbecue. A Japanese barbecue. If you guys, I kind of see Shasta giving some input and whatever. If you guys have any questions about specific places on the island, specific food, specific shopping or dining. That lady knows. She forgot today more than what I know about Hawaii. So if you have any questions, ask her. She will know. This is the Aqua Oasis. We didn't get their rates either, but I know their rates are right around what the Holiday Inn are down here. So I think it's about $210. So that's $210 for that place right there. And Moana Surf Ride. Oh, I'm sorry, $187. $187. I'm being told $187. And I don't know. You guys tell me. Actually, that'd be a very good thing to know, for me to know. I know obviously what the mathematical and numeric difference is between 275, let's say, and 330. I know what the dollar difference is. But for you, if you were going to stay for 7 days, is it that big of a difference to pay 275 or 330? So, for example, if you had to pay 275 for a hotel on Kuhio, or would you pay 330 for Moana Surf Rider that's right on the beach? Which would you do? And you're staying for 7 days. And if that's being too nosy about your finances, just don't answer. Or you can get upset and call me names. Either one, it doesn't matter. But I just want to get kind of a sense on what it is where your thresholds are, individually. You'd rather stay on the beach for 330, stay on the beach for 330 instead of 275. So here's the courtyard. This is about 190, 187, 190. And again, we did the common denominators were the basic hotel, the basic room, one king. We didn't check for 2-bedroom suites, two king beds, kitchenette, anything like that. So that's about the bearings. So this is about 180 something. Moana Surf Rider is 330. So that kind of gives you an idea. So you can, hopefully it helps you make some choices. This is the Malia, and we talked about this a moment ago, and we kind of past it, but I want to point something out to you that just is, just a point of interest. This bar here, it's called Rivals. They have a beer, one beer and pizza slice for $10, which it may not seem like that big a deal, but here in Waikiki, that is such a popular place for happy hour because they have that special. And they sell it like no one's business. So it's a piece of pizza that they make and a beer for $10. Someone was asking about Thai food the other day, and Shasta and I spoke about it as well. And I believe she gave one of the members a recommendation on a Thai place. This is actually another good Thai place here. And again, that's Lures and Kuhio. Lures and Kuhio. Yeah, $10. So if I do 10 of these live streams and they pay me, then I could go there and have a beer and a pizza. That just kind of gives you an idea of the economics here. That's why I was so excited about it. Coming up here on the left-hand side is the Island Country Market. Well, it's called markets, like it's plural, but it's one. But this is an ABC store, but it's more of an upmarket, just upscale, just because it's next to the Ritz residences, which I highly recommend if you're. We didn't check the rates on that. I can kind of tell you what they are, but they're pretty ridiculous. Yeah, we kind of walk past the around the homeless, but that's just a regular ABC store. It does have a deli. Here, let's walk in it. It just takes a second. See, they have ice cream. They have ice cream over there, which is, they don't have that at every ABC store, but they have full grocery. But they also have this bar deli area and fountain drinks. So it's more than just a regular ABC store. And here's all of Gerard's beverages right here. Okay. We're coming up on the Ambassador Hotel, and I believe we talked about that the last time we were on stream. They just did a remodel, and it's now called the Romer at Ambassador. Romer at Ambassador. Horrible name, but a great location. But that's Romer, R-O-M-E-R, Romer. Here's the Ritz. We'll go in there one day. I still know a couple people there. Maybe they'll let us go in and check out a room. Rooms are very nice. They're actually little apartment condos. But they do have, I mean, they have rooms, but they're also long-term residential as well. Yeah, the weather's fantastic today. I mean, in the shade, it's beautiful. You know, we didn't go by the, oh, that's why we didn't go by it. It's right here. Okay, I'll give you another bearings too. That's DeRussy Park. It starts to be DeRussy right there. Goes back that way. I believe it's about 200 acres or 100, almost 180 acres or something along that line for this park and the park across the street. This will go right into the eggs and things there on the left-hand side of the road. The very end of the street is Trump Waikiki. And again, right straight through there is the Alawai, and almost right in those mountains right there is the Manoa waterfall, which Shasta is going to take me on a stream there. This hotel, I don't think we got rates for it. We should have, the LaCroix, but I can tell you about what it is. I'm going to bet it's about 180, 200, maybe 225. This is actually a good deal. It's off the beaten path. I mean, this kind of tells you how people feel about locations in Waikiki. They consider this off the beaten path, and it's really only 2 blocks away from where the main, almost 3 blocks away from the main cluster of hotels were. And that's Kalakaua. That's the main street right there. So it's not really off the beaten path, but what you do get as a benefit is that you don't have the nightlife noise like you do down on Kuhio and by International Marketplace, where it can be, you know, quite loud at night. LaCroix has a really nice pool up there on the other side. They have a full service gym. They have this ABC store, which I believe is a late night ABC store, which is like open to like 11 or so, or a little bit later, perhaps, I'm not sure. But their rooms are very nice. I've actually stayed there before. LaCroix, it's right there. That's on Kuhio and Olohana. Olohana and Kuhio. And that's the Holiday Inn Express. That was the 210 that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
They do have options for rooms with kitchens, but I'm not sure what the rate would be. And the kitchen option was not the rate that we quoted. So it will be a little bit more than that. This is LaCroix's side entrance. Did those rates help you guys at all, or was it confusing? More confusing than it was helpful? Hey, Rosemary, we can go back and start from the beginning if you like, Rosemary. I know you started late or joined us late. Here's the security chickens for Waikiki. You want to make sure that you have your IDs ready when they see you. No messing about with them. If you guys like the idea of the rates, then we can prepare something else a little bit more for you as far as the rate goes. Maybe give you options as to rates and room types for the different rates. But that's the Roamer, by the way, the Ambassador. This is also considered off the beaten path, but again, it's a little bit off the street. You're going to get a little bit of savings for that, and it's going to be a little bit quieter. Right down here, they haven't finished building them out, but there's going to be restaurants, surf shops, galleries, rental items like beach candy, I believe, down there. All right, goodbye. Glad you got to join us. All right, so we have two options. We can close it here. We can go down. I can show you the food truck compound down there. It's 2 blocks that way. Or we can go back this way and go to the beach and show you the monkey pod area. Or if you're up for it, we can go to over this way. We can go to Hilton Hawaiian Village. Or we can end it. So we go beach and maybe sea turtles, Hilton Hawaiian Village, food truck compound. You choose. Oh, you're welcome. We're happy to do it. Uh-oh, there's a security item. There must be a breach. Goofy's is too far. So we got 2 food truck. The food trucks are, I mean, don't let me talk you out. Food trucks are kind of boring. I mean, but I can show you where they are regardless. Well, before you guys decide, let me show you where they are just so you'll know. That's Ala Moana Road. You see that road down there, that last signal, or that first signal? That's Ala Moana. So when you guys come to Waikiki or Oahu and you land at the airport, this is the road you come into. So this may be a little bit melancholy for you. So you drive in right through here, Ala Moana. Everybody makes that turn and comes into town this way. So right there at Ala Moana and Kalakaua, right where that white bus is, just to the right, there are 2 dining options. One is the food truck compound. There's about 9 food trucks in there. 7 of them are really good. Then right next to that is called the Hale Ohana. And that is a smaller building. It's a relocation of a much bigger building, the smaller building. This has like little food stalls, kind of a bar in the middle, down below, but they have various food stalls, poke. I believe they have Mexican food there, and they believe they have like a pizza stall and some other stalls inside there. But that's a like kind of a smaller food hall that's right down there on Ala Moana in Kalakaua. Hilton Hawaiian is right there, or the beach is right where Trump Waikiki is right in front of there. I haven't been watching the chat, so I don't know what the count is. But it's on the other side of Hilton. If we go on into Hilton Hawaiian Village, it's around the corner. Goofy's is. All right, Gerard. Hey, Gerard, did you check that? Did you check your gift card? You're welcome, Monica. Okay, now I can look at the chat. Food trucks, Hilton Hawaiian Village, or turtles, possible turtles, or maybe too late for you guys. All right, let's do Hilton. And guess what? You get the food truck just as a bonus. I'm just going to show the traffic in case I was hit by the car. You guys would be able to see it live. I didn't jaywalk. Right up here on the left, on the right, is a tattoo shop. It's a pretty famous, from what I understand, tattoo shop. I don't think that's Tattoo-licious, is it, Shasta? But it's pretty popular. The other one is right there on, right down here on Kuhio, or on Kalakaua. We walked past it the other day. It was right in front of the Burger King. Moped rental place is right next to it. And this is the Monarch here also, and we actually do have rates for the Monarch, because this is a very, very popular a very popular building. It's just a huge building, but it was $144 for that same, again, that same rate that we were, same booking time we were talking about, second week in January, 7 days. It was $144 a night, and that's it right there. It is a big, big, big hotel. We don't have time to go over and look at it today, but on one of our other streams, we'll be sure to walk over and take a closer look. But it's like a complex. They have car rental place. They have those slingshot, moped, golf cart, or golf cart rentals there, scooter, motorcycle. And those are for people that usually stay longer term. They stay there. But, and that's, again, as you can see, it's off the beaten path a little bit, but it's quiet. It's quieter than being right in downtown Waikiki. So that's something else for you to think of, especially if you're going to be staying a little bit longer. They also have a restaurant in there. They have a grocery store. There's a food truck compound I was telling you about right there. And there's 9 trucks there at my last count. This is the Ohana Hale I was telling you about. I didn't realize that. It focuses on my hand when instead of the place in front, right there. So Waikiki Brewery, with the third worst sign in Waikiki. This is Kalakaua that goes right into Kapiolani, into deeper Honolulu. This is Ala Moana. And again, obviously, if you take this road around this way, you'll go to Discovery Cove. That's that big condo complex right there. You'll also go by Ilikai, the Modern, and then Magic Island. But there's a look back at where we just were looking. And just one last bearings. This is Kalakaua. All straight down there is where all the beachside hotels are. They start right over here. Fort Jerusi we were telling you about earlier. And I think I got the number of acres wrong. I was thinking of another park. But suffice it to say, Jerusi is a very big park. This is the DoubleTree, Ala Moana. They just remodeled that. And actually, we didn't get the rates on that one either, but that's one that I would actually recommend for someone, because I know the rooms are sizable. I know they have kitchens in some of the places, and it's pretty centrally located as it relates to Honolulu and Waikiki proper. You're off the beaten path. And one of the things that people, and I'll actually point this out, because I think this is important to point out for people looking to save by staying over here at this DoubleTree or at the Monarch. Yes, it's off the beaten path and you can save a little money, and it's only walking distance to the beach, but you have to keep in mind that you have to walk from here to past that building right there just to start getting to the edge of Waikiki. And although that's not a long way to walk, but if you have to walk that every single time you want to go to the restaurant or to the beach or to get into the, the groove of things going on in Waikiki, that is a distance to walk, and you don't want to drive a car. So just keep that in mind. We do save them on YouTube, only because we only have like 120 some odd subscribers. But we don't save them on Facebook. These are new restaurants, and I wish they would have done a better job with showcasing the parking and the a little bit more, because I know they spent a ton of money on them, and I just don't think they're going to do very well at all. It's a terrible location. And I hope I'm wrong, but I wish they would have done a little better job. They're going to get a lot of business perhaps from the locals, because right through here is a section of town called Hobron, Horbron, Hobron. And it's just a really nice, kind of quiet neighborhood. I just hope they do really well. I just never see anybody in there, though. Yeah, that's true. About avoiding the Waikiki. Waikiki activities. That's like people, they stay at Ilikai. They stay right there at the Ilikai because they love it. They've been going there for 20 years and they just don't want to go anywhere else. I get it. But you have to walk or take the trolley or take the bus. Walking isn't a big deal for a lot of people, so maybe that's fine with them, but it'd be tough for, some people who just aren't up for it. Right straight through here is Hobron. I just love that little neighborhood. There's nothing remarkable about it, meaning it's not super high end or high class or what have you, but it's just so clean and quiet. And you just go around that corner and it's just dead quiet. Super clean little parks, very dog friendly. I just enjoy it. Oh my gosh, look at this. How many of you have seen this sign coming into your hotel if you're staying here or driving by? We actually, my former agency actually shot about 25 years ago. We shot 3 dancers. We shot in LA, 3 dancers that looked just like these. They did the dance and landed. It was live. And they stopped each of their motions, their position just like that. And we morphed it into these statues here. The statues were already done. They didn't make the statues off our dance. We made the dance off the statues. And that was Hilton Hawaiian Village's opening to all their meeting planner and destination videos for about 5 years. Very cool project. They were a client of ours for a long, long time. Do you guys remember back when the Wheel of Fortune had some episodes? I think they had a week of Wheel of Fortune here on the beach, and they had a really, for some reason, it was like one of their highest watched weekends or weeks of Wheel of Fortune. I'm not a Wheel of Fortune fan, but we actually shot that as well, and we streamed that. That was one of the very first streamed events on Hilton.com ever. We were lucky enough to be a part of that. Oh, your teacher was on that episode, really? I remember, this is what I remember. Pat Sajak was such a punk to deal with. I mean, if he was nice, I'd say the same thing too, but if he was a punk, I would say that he was just so ridiculous to deal with. We had an opportunity to deal with a lot of people like that. We shot a lot of, our studio was in Burbank and Glendale studios in California for like 14 years. There's Aoki. Does anybody remember the trivia that I asked about Steve Aoki? Oh, I just said it. I mean, about Aoki. All right, let's try this again. Do you remember the trivia about who owns this restaurant? The guy who owns this restaurant is the son of the guy who owned Benihana, and that guy's name who owned Benihana was Rocky Aoki. And he was not only a restaurateur, but he was a extreme sports. Back in the day, before it was called extreme sports, he did drag boat racing and all that kind of stuff. But his son, Rocky Aoki's son, is Steve Aoki, the really famous DJ. So he owns this Aoki's and a couple others. I'm not sure where the other ones are. But there's a bit of trivia for you. Steve Aoki, he has a residency at Hakkasan, or he did. I think he still has it in Las Vegas. Steve Aoki actually has a teppanyaki restaurant in his backyard. It's not really a restaurant. That's not right to say. It's a teppanyaki table that he calls Aoki's. See these stairs right here? These have been the bane of my existence a number of times. Check those bad boys out. We used to come down here and go up there for a round of 10 back in the day. Never do the escalators, guys. That's why. We'll do it. We'll do it one of these times, and we'll see how bad winded I get, because I I can't do, I may be able to do 10 now, but it will not be in a row. It'll be 1, wait, 2, wait, you know. Even back in the day doing 10, we broke those down. But if you could do 10, you're in shape. You're officially in shape if you can do that 10 times. This is a shot that a lot of people like to see. Oh, it's greened up. You can't see through it. When it wasn't all greened up, you could see right through that tree, and that's Rainbow Tower right back behind there. We'll go see it in just a second. Here's the Aloha sign. They actually took the Waikiki sign down and the Aloha sign down at International Marketplace and in Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center, and I think they're going to replace them with something holiday-ish. There's tapas. I saw tapas. Is that tapas, Shasta? Anyway, that's a nice bar. It's a. Let me just take you over there. I can just walk over there and show you. This is a really cool bar just because it's open air, you know. They have really good live music. The band that plays here, yeah, it is Tapa Bar. They have really good live music. And I don't know why I keep saying they have really good music at these places, because they're all really good. But if there was one that was not good, it was bad, I would certainly tell you that. This is the chapel. They make so much money on this chapel, you would not believe it. It's fantastic, though. It's beautiful to have a ceremony there. We've shot a number of weddings there before. That Aloha sign used to be right there on that lawn, but they moved it. Here, let's go up here as if we were checking in. So I know it's kind of thrilling. Let's go over here. Let's act like we're checking in, guys. So we've got our suitcases. We've just arrived. We're all excited. Coming to Hilton Hawaiian Village. Wow. Look at the check-in line. That is really low. A really short line. What time is it? 1:30 on a Saturday. Wow, wow, wow. So we just are getting ready to check in. We come over here and check out the beautiful pool. Wow. You can actually go to the, I don't know why you'd want to do this, but you can actually go to the hotels and see, or just, day by day, and see which days are just super, super busy for check-ins and check-outs. Fridays are busy and Tuesdays are busy for check-in and check-outs, but they're just usually lined up. How many of you stayed at this beautiful hotel and went to this pool? This is something that may be overlooked by a lot of people for some reason. I wouldn't know why, but sometimes I hear it is that this place is loaded up with quite a few restaurants. There's a nice ice cream restaurant. There's Round Table pizza place over there. There's a deli that I hear the deli's pretty good. I don't have any experience at that deli, but I hear it's pretty good. But it's busy during the day. All those little shops we kind of passed by, those stairs we were talking about, are right there, just to kind of give you an example of the bearings. Right? This used to be their nighttime bar, but they've closed it down. Here are the security ducks. We're not here to cause problems. Let us pass. Yeah, I asked Gerard if he got his gift card, but I didn't see his response. I know it was sent. I'm wondering if there's a problem with his email, but I know it was sent. Ta-da. All right, Shasta, thanks for coming on. We'll talk to you later. Okay, guys, I think that's it. We've gone from Kuhio all the way down to Hilton Hawaiian Village and passed a lot of stuff in between. Hopefully you got a little bit of good information. I learned a few things. If you have any questions or comments, send them in a message. If there's a place you want to see more of or less of, things you like, don't like about the streams, don't think you're going to offend me. Just tell me what you guys like, what you see that we do that you like and don't like, and we'll do more of it. Well, we'll do more of the stuff you don't like, and I'm sorry, we'll do more of the stuff that you like and less of the stuff you don't like. All right. So, all right, guys, we will talk to you later, and have a great Saturday.